Hey there, Lars Hedenborg, founder of Real Estate B School, co-founder of High Performance Real Estate Advisors. Today, I'm going to talk about the critical importance of your business cadence. And here's what I mean by business cadence, and why the subtitle for this podcast, and why I think this is everything. So I think business cadence is everything when it comes to growing and scaling and building a leveraged business, especially in real estate. You know, folks are attracted to our industry that aren't interested in, being consistent and doing the same things every day and all of that. So the business has to claim responsibility for a consistent cadence. So if you're new to the podcast, you may not have heard me talk about our 3-1-90. It's our strategic game plan. It's a 3-year vision, a 1-year plan, 90-day world. I just did a 3-part series, I think it was, on kind of breaking down, how do you actually achieve at a high level? And I broke down our 90-day cadence or 90-day world and the questions to ask yourself every quarter, every week, every day, and how do you keep your spirits up when business is hard and all of that. So I'm not going to repeat any of that. In real estate, we tend to, especially if you're building a real real estate business, meaning you don't want to be the person, forever working with buyers and sellers. And you see this opportunity like I did back in 2008 when I hired my first administrator. 2009, I hired my first buyer agent. That year, 2010, we did 118 transactions. Then I hired one more administrator, a buyer agent, or 2 more. I got out of buy sides, just focused on listings. We went to 178 that next year. And then we went to 248, 310, and over 400. And then I went from 7 to 5 to 3 to 2 to 1 day a week. I've been working 1 day a week in that business for the last 6, well, how long now? I guess since 2013 is likely, maybe even 2012, I got down to 2 days. In 2013, I got down to 1 day. So the whole point of me telling you that is that if I didn't have a business cadence, if the business didn't have this living, breathing way of showing up in the world, and everybody sort of knows that the business has this way it operates, it'd be impossible for me to take a step back from the business. And so even if you don't have a vision of, building a multi-million-dollar real estate business, you still have to have a plan to build some sort of cadence, leverage through sustainable systems and leverage through empowering people, even if it's just one administrator and a couple of showing agents or a couple of buyer agents that act as your showing agents. Our team last year did 2.8, 2.9 million, and I think we were like 12 people, pretty well split sales and administrators. And so it doesn't have to be this big business, right? If you set it up the right way, it can have a life of its own. So when I say business cadence, here's what I mean. I mean that we're operating against a 3-year vision. We have a very clear 1-year plan, and that 1-year plan has goals set for each of the major functions in the business. The 4 major functions are recruiting, activated listings, our client service, which we measure referrals before our clients leave the closing table. And then what's the other one? And then percent of business, or actually dollars GCI from our database. Those are our 4 core goals that we're looking at this year. And then we break that down into a 90-day world. In the 90-day world, we are tracking specific projects, which we call rocks, that we are implementing in order to achieve the 1-year or crush the 1-year plan and ultimately achieve our 3-year vision. The cadence beyond that, though, is really what's important. There is this monthly, weekly, daily, and hourly cadence, and it has to exist for everyone on your team if you want to compete in this business at the highest level. And if you want to go against the status quo that's set up in our industry. There isn't a high-performing business that doesn't get into the calendars of the people on their team. And it's going to be hard to build anything worth anything if you're not willing to get into that conversation with your people in terms of, hey, here's the 1-year, here's our 3-year vision, here's the 1-year plan. This quarter we committed to do this as a business, And here's where I need your help. I need to do your regular job, and I also need your help on these 3 projects, or rocks as we call them. And then every week you're helping this person time block into their calendar their normal day, their ideal week, and also put in time blocks to work on projects or rocks together. And then in every day, you're probably doing a huddle with everyone in your sales team and your administrators. I do huddles in both businesses, in Real Estate B School and at High Performance Real Estate. Critical. Like if you view business as you're going onto the field every day into like a sports setting, or the sports analogy, 100% you're going to do a huddle before you go on the field. And then you're also going to do a huddle, and you're going to get together after the fact to see if you won the game, if you lost the game. You know, the game's never really over in business. The whole point of the game is to stay in the game. If you haven't read Infinite Game by, what's his name? Well, you can look it up. I've read all of Simon Sinek. Infinite Game. So the whole point of business is to stay in business. You know, it's especially in a crisis like we're experiencing now. The whole point is to stay in business, to serve your clients at a time of need, not to, you know, freak out and you know, assuming you didn't position yourself properly for a shift, you may be experiencing some pain right now. So a cadence. So ask yourself, I'm just going to guide you through questions to see where you are in your journey. Do you have a written 3-year vision for your business and all the areas of your life that matter? That's number 1. Have you broken down that 3-year vision into a 1-year personal plan and a 1-year business plan? Are you operating in a 90-day world personally and professionally? So you're taking those annual, you know, that annual plan, those big goals for the year, and you're chunking them down to the quarterly. And then are you breaking that down monthly, weekly? And then are you daily focusing on your time and time blocking in your calendar? And are you planning your weeks? And then beyond just you in the business, this cadence has to translate to your team. So your weekly cadence with your team has to include a front stage meeting and a backstage meeting. So front stage is sales. You have to have a sales meeting, which is focusing on numbers and where are you struggling when it comes to sales? Where can we do better? How can we have better handoffs between inside and outside? And then administratively, how can we have a better client experience? Where are we tripping on these files? What's going on? That's once a week, a deep dive, 60 to 90-minute meeting in the functional areas of your business. Just two big functions. That's it. Even if it's just you, an administrator, and 2 buyer agents, you still have these 2 meetings. Once a week, you all come together and just celebrate your wins. High level, feel good type meeting where you're just celebrating your wins and you're sharing positive focus. You're praying together. Your prayer requests, whatever you do in that meeting, it's a high level meeting. And then you're doing personal development once a week. Twice a month, you have to have a one-on-one with everyone on your team. Either you, or if you have a main operator, or if you have a sales manager, somebody has to have a one-on-one with every single person in the business twice a month. And these meetings do not get moved no matter what. What else from a cadence perspective? So I actually wrote down, we usually say 3-1-90. I wrote here, preparing for this, 3-1-90, 13-7-24. So 3-year vision, 1-year plan, 90-day world, 13 weeks. Well, there's actually 4 weeks in a quarter, 13 weeks, 3 months in a quarter, 4 weeks in a month, 7 days in a week, 24 hours in a day. So a lot of us that have gotten to the point in our real estate business where we could actually scale the business and we got big enough to bring people into our world. We don't have the discipline to really think in this way. So to be able to think and capture our thoughts about the future and then chunk it down into what am I going to do today to get where I want to go in the future, in business and personally. So ask yourself those questions. 3-year vision, 1-year plan, 90-day world, your monthly, your weekly, your daily. Are you time blocking? Are you helping your team time block? Are you working on projects together outside of the scope of their regular work? Are you challenging your agents to think about their business as a business where they should be tackling rocks? living in a 90-day world. What are you going to do to improve your business in the next 90 days? Work on your database. Are you going to, work on your scripts? Are you going to master, this presentation or that presentation, or start a different lead gen lever, right? Master open houses, or master working with home search leads, or whatever it might be. So anyway, I hope this served you. If you're at the point in your journey where you need help with this stuff, all I have to offer you, I've got a couple of things to offer you. If you're running a bigger business, you're a top agent or a team leader, I can offer you a free coaching session. So our higher level programs are intended to get you results, get you time and money freedom as quickly as possible, and to bring your stress levels down. That's the big promise in our graduate program, in our boardroom program. We have just launched our Business Foundations program. You can go to getbusinessfoundations.com to get more information on that program. That is available for folks that haven't quite picked up the critical mass to be in a position to fit into one of our higher level programs. So getbusinessfoundations.com, or just go over to realestatebschool.com, and free resources over there. You can book in for a business growth strategy session, and we will take excellent care of you. So think business cadence. Business cadence is the solution when it comes to running a business that doesn't depend on you. This business has a cadence of its own. It is marching to the beat of a drum that you're not hitting necessarily. All right. So we'll talk soon.